welcome to the channel. If you're new, thanks for hanging out here for so long for many of you folks. And today I've got a gift request for David Nail's song, Brand New Day. And Matt Galardo, thank you for the gift, my friend. And you have a way of putting songs and artists to me. And I thank you for that because I love the challenge. But you find like Josh Ritter and Jamie Lynn Wilson, the true lyrical poets, artists that, and when I follow along with their songs, it's like, all right, where are we going? It's deep, it's saturated, it's condensed, it's all of that, and artistic, and I love it. So I don't know if I'm getting into this or if that's what's coming my way, but David Nail's song, Brand New Day. You know, I could have sworn that I'd reacted to a David Nail song a long time ago, but I checked in my records and he's not there. But I don't know why that name is so familiar. Maybe David Emsweiler and I were talking about him, or, you know, in the comments a while back. I don't know, but let's find out what Mr. David Nail, it's a pretty cool last name especially, like, would be a good occupation for that. Linebacker or a running back. All right, here we go.
These streets are like an old jean jacket, feels good anytime. What have I been waiting for? It's high time that I dust off the magic, put my face back in the crowd, and find somebody new.
Oh, that hit me. God. As a divorcee myself of a number of years, that line jacked me up. To put my face back, dust off maybe his jacket, and put my face back in the crowd. Ho! Sometimes lyricists are so frickin' above the rest.
My phone used to ring, but I just wasn't ready. The smell of the smoke and the tunes too heavy. One memory would tear down a levee, but tonight I don't feel a thing.
Yeah, man.
I've made it through the rebound. The past ain't dragging me down. I'm back to who I was before. You want a perfect night. There's no telling where or what I might find before the morning light. Starts a brand new day.
Those days are hard too, but you go through it if you keep breathing.
Even that autumn air feels sweet, filling up my chest. There's a comfort in the cold. Somehow the taste of these Budweisers, fit just like a friend. They welcome me to lean.
Getting back to himself.
Yeah, you live and you learn and you try to do better. She wanted to go and I finally let her go. And broken hearts like wood will splinter. Tonight I don't feel a thing.
They brought in the female backing vocalist at such a good time on the song. I can't say it drives me nuts, but maybe it does a little bit when there's no backing vocalist in other songs, where if you brought one in, male, female, depending on the context of the song, this just adds that sense of femininity and unity that, like, he really craves, but he's dead inside right now. But they bring her in at the right time in the song to just give that extra, that feel for each of us uniquely to feel it.
Finally, I've made it through the rebound. The past ain't dragging me down. I'm back to who
Take a parasol like this. So will Matt. You notice they brought the energy was brought up, the intensity and the energy in the song at the moment where she was part of his life and he was getting back to himself. And the energy in the song matched that theme where he had more energy now. He just wasn't despondent. Now he's getting back to it. He's still trying to figure it out though, because there's a lot congested in that energy uptick. And so the instruments themselves weren't clear. And I don't know if that was purposeful or not. When I say clear, it wasn't like distinct. The clarity wasn't there. Energy was there, but I understand this so freaking well, this feeling, because it sucks. But when you get through it, you're like, all right, I'm springing back to life. Feeling himself here. Oh, it's over. They brought her in, and it's almost like this is the beautiful this thing about the subjectivity of anything in life, really. But when it comes to music, absolutely. Where they brought her in, and it was almost like the inference could be drawn that he met her maybe at the bar. He wasn't ready to do it, but the woman comes into his life, and she brings him back to himself. Maybe it's a rinse repeat type thing too if that relationship goes south, but we'll keep it pure in this one because it seemed like he gained enough perspective about life to where he could get back to being himself. And that's a big thing, because when relationships go south, in my life coaching practice or just in life period, all the people that I know and have spoken with and that I've gone through myself, where to be involved in a relationship, you're going to give something up to be part of that union. You're just not going to remain 100% yourself and expect the other person to want to be along with you. You start doing things together. You start listening to different music, whatever. You know the routine if you've been in a relationship, and all of us here have. But you've got to retain a certain measure of individuality. But frequently in a relationship that doesn't work, you feel like you've given up too much of it, or the other person feels like they've given up too much of it and they just don't want to be exposed to you anymore. In some cases, it's rightly so. There could be abuse involved of whatever type. But here, the feeling of giving up too much of yourself. And then when the relationship blows apart, you get through the grief stage of it. You never fully get over it because it always kind of sucks on some level that you failed, that a relationship failed. But then at some point you look back and you're like, all right, who am I? Who do I want to be? How do I want to be in future relationships if I get into another one? And you start contemplating all of these things. And the ending of the song, somewhat reminiscent of the beginning, but the content was different. I sensed that he had gained perspective on who he was, how he wanted to be, what he'd given up in that relationship, and not that he was even negative about it. The guy was heartbroken. And if you end a relationship, if you yourself in a relationship, you're still going to be heartbroken on a certain level. I mean, nobody enjoys dumping another person. Bosses don't enjoy firing the employees. Those parts of life suck. But when you get through that grieving period, and you're contemplating, all right, I'm not having her back. The relationship isn't resurrecting. Where am I in life now? I'm on my own. And then you start getting into those questions. Who am I? What do I believe in? What's at my core? How do I want to live out the rest of my life here? Do I want to live in fear of another relationship? Do I want to be more aggressive? Did I love who I was before the relationship? Do I not like who I am now? All of these thoughts come into play. And I just realized I'm off and running again, Matt. Man, you're good. I don't know what your occupation is, or yeah, you got me, man. I mean, David Emswater does this to me as well too. But you with the gift request. All right, I'm gonna rate this song because there was truth. There were more than 3 chords in this, but this was the truth. This is how it works, and I like they brought her in, the backing vocalist. She reminded me of Dolly at some moments. She also reminded me of Ashley McBryde in a few phrases. All right, the number that struck me, and this is just on the base of the absolute truth of this song and a couple of brilliant lyrics in there, of a 9.2. And instrumentally, it was pretty good. Lyrically, it was really good. And thematically, I loved it. So there we go. Thanks again, Matt. I'm going to go regroup. There it is. Leave your comments, folks. I read them. And there you go. Have a great day. See you on another video. Keep rocking the country.